You know, it's been cold and windy this spring, but there's been fantastic fishing. Fish that I can think off the top of my head, we've had a fantastic striped bass fishing. My good friend Captain Tony was out with his buddy Ed, and they got some really beautiful flounder. So we're starting to see some people catching some really nice flounder up to 2.5 pounds. The striped bass fishing's fantastic. Doesn't matter whether you're on the beach, a boat, a kayak, going out with a charter guy, taking your own boat. We're just got so many fish up here. It's great. You're going to have to work for them because sometimes you'll see they could be on the Mojos, they could be on bunker, they might be on top water some days. So during the tide shifts, those fish will do different things different days. So you want to be prepared for that. Great news. Fluke have been coming in. Fluke are building up. We're seeing keepers in the mix. But right now, as far as sand eels go, and those Fluke love to come in on the sand eels, we've seen some reports from some of our customers that there have been sand eels showing up down by the Nessequag River. Now, if you remember last season, those sand eels were just a gigantic hatch. There were sand eels everywhere. They were coming in and out of Nessequag River. They were coming in and out of Porpoise Channel, and all these fluke were laying out on those beautiful sand flats. The water, when it comes out of those two areas, creates quite a current, and what it does is it's constantly shifting the sand. So the fluke will sit on these little sandy shoals, and it's constantly changing because the sand shifts over there. So that's a great place to start. The porgy have started to filter in this week. Captain James is having double headers on his boat, and people are really excited because this is a great place for porgies. Folks just love the North Shore for their porgies. And what else have we had? Weakfish. Had some beautiful weakfish. Right now, what we're looking at is in the bays. You still have a lot of spearing mixed in with bunker. On the outside bunker, it seemed like the bunker, it came in, they spawned, they turned around, they're back in the sound again. So you have to kind of catch up with them. We'll see if the fish hit them again and rush them back into the bay. So that's what's happening. Remember, it's still May, early May. So we have so much time for the season to build. And we'll just keep our eye on it. Hopefully the weather holds fast. Really keep your eye on the wind patterns because North Shore can be very tricky with the wind. And remember, we have these big areas that flush out back marsh bays. So when these fish rush out, you're going to have the larger fish show up outside, like typical, like I mentioned, Porpoise Channel, the river off the top of my head, back of Cold Spring Harbor. Crab Meadow is a great place. You get that giant meadow, the marshlands empty up, and you have quite a beautiful current. Fish love moving water. That's where you want to be. You want to set up in a moving waters type of situation, and that's where the fish like to hang out. Beautiful ambush position. Remember, fluke and striped bass, they're predatory. They're like little dinosaurs, you know, and they love to chase bait. They'll set up in positions and just hammer the bait. Also, porgies, very aggressive porgies are. Right now, you might find that porgy might be slow to bite if they're getting into their spawning period, and then they get lockjaw for like maybe a week, 2 weeks, and then when the spawn's up, man, they're like ready to eat everything. And they're very, very aggressive fish as well. So there's so much stuff to do. And don't forget the weak fish. I've had some beautiful weak fish. This is probably the 5th or 6th season where I've seen the weak fish, uh, from like sizes like, I don't know, how big is that? To, I wouldn't say tide runners, but we get like some really beautiful weak fish everywhere from like 14 inches right up to 19, 22 inches. And that's some quality fishing there. The fly guys, they're doing really well with the spearing. The chunking people, they're doing really well. You got your trollers, the top water. There's so much to do. So whatever is your style of fishing, it's here to be had. It's a great thing to have here up in the North Shore. And that's the report so far for this week. We're going to look forward to seeing buildup of more fish, and I hope to see you at the shop. Until next week, I bid you all peace and tight lines.